Hello, my name is Josh Lockheed, Training Evangelist here at QuoteWerks. In this video, I will show you advanced features for creating bundles in QuoteWerks. Before watching this video, I strongly recommend watching the basic bundles tutorial video first to gain a thorough understanding on how to create and use bundles in QuoteWerks. Let's begin by editing an existing bundle. In this video, we will be focusing on line type and line attribute settings, but first I'm going to review sort order and quantity. The quantity field allows you to adjust the quantity of an individual item when added to the quote. Let's increase the quantity to 5 for this item. The sort order code allows you to define the order in which the item in the bundle will appear on the quote. By default, the sort order numbering appears in multiples of 10. However, you can enter any number into the field and it will list according to the sort numerically. This item here is the last in our bundle. To make this item the first item to appear in our bundle, I'm going to change the sort order code to a number less than 10. I'll now add this bundle to the quote. Here is the item I just edited. Now this item is the first item in the bundle and the quantity for that individual item is set to 5. Now let's take a look at line type settings. For a simple bundle, you're able to select any line type you see here. However, group bundles only allow you to make an item a product/service, a comment, or a heading. All other options will be grayed out. Let's go over what each line type does. For your products and services, the line type for this item should be set to product/service. The product/service line type is most commonly used and is selected by default when adding an item to a bundle. A comment line type is used to provide additional information such as descriptive notes. A subtotal line type is used to display a subtotal dollar amount. A running subtotal line type will show you the running subtotal also in dollar amounts. A heading line type is used to insert a heading for sections or categories. A section header line type is used to add a heading with a subtotal for the items in that specific section. I will now show you how to add these line types to a bundle. I will start by adding a comment line. In order to add a comment line, you must have already created comment lines in your product database. Here I have created a folder called Comments. I've created items for commonly used comments, as well as empty descriptions that can be used to type in notes on the fly when added to a quote. I'll go ahead and add a comment line to this bundle. Once I add it, I'll edit and change the line type to comment. Be mindful that line types other than product/service cannot integrate with the line attributes, only print line. You'll want to uncheck any other line attributes or you'll get this warning here. Now let's add a subtotal line to the bundle. I'll then edit the line and select subtotal for the line type. I will make sure that I uncheck hide price so I don't receive the same warning. Now let's add the running subtotal. I'll click edit, then select running subtotal. I'll now add a heading line to the bundle. I'll then edit the line and select heading for the line type. I'll also need to change the sort order code for the heading to appear in the right place, or in a simple bundle you can manually adjust the order of the items directly on the quote. If I try to manually adjust the items of a group bundle, it will remove the item from the highlighted group. Lastly, I will add a section header to the bundle. Now let's add this bundle to the quote to see how the line types display. Here is the comment line. A comment line is a line item that only displays the information in the description field. The subtotal line will add up all the items above it, and the running subtotal line will also add up all of the items above it, but will disregard any sections it may be in. Take note that the subtotal is based off of the section that it is in, and the running subtotal ignores the section headers and just continues to add up the total in relation to where it is placed. The heading line here displays a section on the quote to let the customer know that these items are under the same category. This will display the same as a comment on the quote workbook, but it is different on a quote. A heading is bolded and a comment is not. Lastly, the section header is here. This will simultaneously document the category these items are under, but it will also display a subtotal on the same line. Now let's take a look at the different line attributes available in a bundle. Here are the line attribute settings. Line attributes allow you to add characteristics to the individual items, such as hiding the price. By editing the line attributes in a bundle ahead of time, you will have the flexibility to customize your bundle. By selecting Exclude Line, the line item will not be printed and will not be included in the quote total. This is useful for when you want to exclude a particular item but don't want to remove it from the bundle, as you may need the item for certain scenarios. By selecting Hide Price, the price for that item will not be displayed on the quote, but it will be included in the quote total. This is useful for when you do not want the customers to see the breakdown of prices for each item in the bundle. When you create a group bundle, this checkbox will automatically be selected. By deselecting print line, the item will not be displayed on the quote, but the price for the item will be included in the quote total. This is useful for when you want to hide the descriptions of the individual items, such as service charges, and show only the total price for the bundle. By default, this attribute is always selected. By selecting the option line attribute, the line item will be printed on the quote, but the price will not be included in the quote unless the customer has gone and checked that particular item. This is useful for when you want to include optional items on your quote for a possible upsell. Additionally, an optional item can be marked as selected. This flags an item as being optional but will be selected and included in the quote's total by default. This is particularly useful for our cloud delivery service Quote Valet, which allows you to present one or more options to your customer and pre-select a recommended option. Selecting Print Picture will print a picture of the item on the quote if available. This is a great option to provide some additional product details and customization to your quote. By selecting Hide Quantity, the line item will be displayed on the quote and included in the quote total, but the quantity of the item will not be displayed. Finally, Allow QV Quantity Change will allow your customers to change a quantity of an item on their quote. This is a great way to let your clients feel like they have control of their quote and allows them to make adjustments on their own without having to call in or email your staff. Customers are only able to adjust quantities in Quote Valet. I've created a bundle to illustrate how each of the line attributes behaves on a quote. I've identified each line attribute by the item's description. Each item in the bundle has a unit price of $100. I'll now add this bundle to the quote and preview a quote layout. This first item has the exclude line attribute. The line item does not appear on the quote and the price is not included in the total. It's like it doesn't even exist. The second item has the hide price attribute. This line item is displayed on the quote, but the price is not displayed. However, the line item's price is included in the quote's total. The third item does not have the print line attribute selected. This item is not displayed on the quote, but the item's price is included in the totals. The fourth item is the option line attribute. The item is displayed on the quote, but the item's price is not included in the total. The fifth item is the option is selected line attribute. The item is displayed on the quote, and the item's price is included in the total. The sixth item is the hide quantity attribute. The item is displayed on the quote, and the price is included in the quote total. However, the quantity of the items is not displayed. And lastly, the seventh item has Allow QV Quantity Change selected. The item's quantity is able to be adjusted by your customer here. The last advanced setting I would like to show you today is how to change the text of the custom and custom memo labels. Just a reminder that the custom and custom memo tabs are only available when creating a grouped bundle. Most labels can be adjusted in the system by holding down the Control key and double-clicking. However, when you try to change a label directly in the Edit Bundle window, it will not let you. These labels correlate to the labels in the Product Lookup window. This is where they'll need to be adjusted. I will go to the Products icon and edit an existing item or create a new item. For my example, I'm going to go to the Custom tab now and hold down my Control key and double-click on the label I wish to edit. I will change mine to say Color. If I go back to my bundle and I click on Custom, I will now see the updated label name. However, if I go to my Quote Workbook, I will see the name did not update. To update the column names in the Quote Workbook, I will need to go to Customize Columns, then I'll look for the corresponding label name. The one I adjusted on the Product Lookup window was Custom Text 1, so I'll look for this on the list. Once I've found the label I'm looking for, I'll simply double-click on the name and edit. When renaming the column, there are two options, Line 1 and Line 2. This simply adjusts the word placement on the actual workbook. For example, for shipping price, shipping is Line 1, so it shows on the top of price, which is Line 2. Once I have finished adjusting the name, I'll just click OK, and now my column label has been adjusted. As you've seen in this advanced bundle tutorial, there are many ways that you can customize your bundles to aid you in the process of creating your documents in QuoteWerks. If you have any questions or need assistance, please contact our tech support team at 407-248-1481.